1.
Welcome to the AggroCast. It's episode 77. I am Brian Bentley, and with me today is Binh and our very favorite guest, Corey Dockendorf.
What up?
What's going on, everyone? It's been quite a while, you know.
Yeah, so there's been a slight space in between episode 76 and episode 77, and by slight I mean a couple of months. So, you know, since the gaming industry is so static, nothing's happened.
No, not much. Not during that time.
Nothing.
There weren't any games announced. No games were coming out. I mean, nobody's had any conventions or anything like that. I mean, it's been quiet on the video game front, so I don't know why we're having a podcast today.
Well, we just said, let's do one. It'll be put up in 6 weeks. It'll be good.
See what happens.
See what happens.
We'll just go with the flow. We'll see how it happens.
What could possibly go wrong? But yeah, it's been a couple months, and we're back. We're just we wanted to have get Mike back in the fold again too, but he has to work. So go ahead and earn your money, Mike. Good job. But the rest of us are slaving during the day. So should we just start talking about what we've been playing right off the bat, since we might have a little bit of a list to go through?
Yeah, we got some catch up. So
just a little bit, but go ahead, Corey.
Yeah.
Me first? All right. Well, let's see. My life has been overrun by Blizzard right now. If they drop any more information, news, games out in the next, 3 months, I'm pretty much going to have to stop playing everything else. Starcraft 2 has been pretty much ruling my life for the past week. I'm playing nonstop, and that game is as close to a perfect game as you can get. And I mean, that is probably one of my all-time top 5 favorite games is StarCraft 2, and I mean, I've pretty much finished the campaign. I've been playing a little bit of multiplayer and there's so much. That whole universe is so expansive. It's just huge. I just can't get enough of it. And then I've also been playing in the World of Warcraft beta for Cataclysm, so I mean, they're dropping changes every week now. I mean, it was slow there for a couple weeks. There weren't that many updates, and then recently they just had a menagerie of just information dropping left and right and changes, and I'm just trying to keep up with all of that. And in the meantime, I'm, playing a couple games on Steam. I got a couple things on the DL that I can't talk about that I'm playing that are, hopefully in the next coming podcast I'll be able to mention something about that, but right now it's just busy.
Now, did you download the new client for the World of Warcraft Cataclysm?
Yes, I did, and that actually has the new streaming launcher, which is very interesting to see how it works. I haven't ran into any hiccups, and some people have, and most of it's really graphical errors. I mean, really line of sight, or seeing a tree slowly become a tree in front of you, or wait for everything to repopulate. I mean, it's really based off of your download speed. But I haven't really had any problems, but I'm also the patient guy that's like, you know what? When the bar gets to green, I'll play. I'll just let it run all day, and when it updates, I'll go play it. And I haven't had too many problems with it. Today I did get on, and it said that I had all the content downloaded, but while I was playing, a little red circle in the top right-hand corner came up, and when I highlighted over it, it said, downloading new content, downloading core content. So I don't know exactly what I was missing, because there's really no way to track what it's rebuilding, and I think that may run into some issues because people will be running from area to area, and they possibly will run into one area and be like, oh wait, you can't go here yet because it's not downloaded. And I'm kind of worried about how Blizzard's going to handle that.
So can you kind of give a little background, because I'm not playing at all, so
What do you mean you're not? How do you not play? You and there are millions of people around the world. You have to be playing. Well, with the Cataclysm, I think everybody, because of all the WoW websites out there right now, just MMO Champion and WoW.com are all just hammering information out left and right. And but
I just meant the downloading thing.
How the downloading thing works? It's wonderful. It's your typical launcher that comes up, and rather than getting your little news tidbit or your little hey, go to jinx.com and get a new shirt, it actually comes up and it gives you the updates that it's applying, and it gives you a little bar at the bottom, and the bar is your update bar, but it's color coordinated now. So you have red means stop, yellow means slow the hell down, and green means you're good to go. So what happens is that as the bar is increasing, you're always going to start in red because that's going to be downloading all the core content and making all the big changes to the actual world and classes, and that's all the stuff that you're going to need to play. When it's in yellow, it means that you can partially play. You can hop in, but there's going to be stuff missing. You're going to be trying to download while you're playing. It's kind of a crapshoot there. You may be able to do something, you may not. They haven't really clarified what you can and cannot do, but I think that's going to be dependent upon the update. And then you get, of course, the lovely green bar, which it's still downloading, but it says that you have enough content downloaded that you can participate. So that's as long as you're watching the bars. I mean, generally, I think players are just going to wait until the bar's green. There's really no reason that you should sit down and wait and be like, okay, I'm downloading content. I have a raid in an hour. I better be streaming this throughout the day.
Okay. So you can be playing while you're still getting more stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
And that, like I said, I saw that first feature today, is that while I was downloading content, I'm literally in the new world of Deep Home. I'm down under the ground, working with a bunch of rocks. That got very tedious. But there's a little red circle in the top right-hand corner, and it's just a little circle like your Internet Explorer bar or Google or Firefox. You know how it spins when you're trying to wait for a website to load? Same exact theory here. It's in the right-hand side right under your mini-map, and it says downloading core content. It doesn't tell you what it's downloading, but it's kicking down a little information your way.
Nice. That is so nice because, content update coming up, and I know it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to try to open it before I leave for work.
Yeah, exactly.
And hope it downloads during the day so that I can play when I get home.
And that's, I think, what they're trying to eliminate, is one of those things that they'll be able to do this patch, and people can stream it throughout the day without having to wait for all the Battle.net servers to come up and then be like, okay, everybody click at the exact same time, and 7 million people are all trying to download the same content patch.
Exactly.
It's awful.
So that's what I've been playing recently.
So you've been kind of busy then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I said, Blizzard has decided to take over my life, and with Starcraft 2, there's just not enough good things to say. It's an experience within itself. I've experienced more new mechanics in an RTS than I ever have in any RTS. I think I'm not excited for any other RTS now except for End of Nations. I think that's the only other RTS that I actually have on the radar, because StarCraft 2 has pretty much broken every other game for me. So, Command & Conquer's really going to have to step up with something. Someone's going to have to do something to really blow me away, because StarCraft 2 is pretty much my golden child at this point.
Yeah. Which is not bad for being 1/3 of a game.
And that's the worst part, is that I play this entire thing, and I'm going through all the missions, and I'm experiencing everything, and I keep forgetting, oh wait, that was the first part. I still have 2 more expansions coming, and I'm going, oh, I don't have time. My life is done. So, say bye-bye to my kid, and we're good to go.
Daddy needs to go for a little while.
I just need 4 hours, baby. I just need 4 hours. I just need to play through. I got to get as many missions as I can get done. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
You're going to turn one time and then be like, holy crap, when did you become 12?
Exactly. I told my wife, I said, the next time if we have another kid and it's a boy, I'm naming it James Rayner. So.
Oh. It's so wrong.
I know, right?
Oh boy. Wow.
Now, off air, you said something about Dragon Age. You might have finished that, or?
I did. I finally got a chance to finish it, and I logged about 57 hours. I got all 4 endings. Like I said, I think I slept with everybody in the game that was sleepable. Exactly, I was. There was no horde achievement, but I'm sure that if I would have worked hard enough, I probably would have got it.
Nice.
I slept with people that didn't even give me credit. I just slept with them just because it was good measure. But it was a really good game. Of course, being on the end of that bandwagon, I finished it and I'm like, oh great, now I have Awakening, I have Leilani's Song, I have all these other expansions I have to now continue on with and try and complete And then everybody says, oh, by the way, now Dragon Age 2 is coming out. So now I'm so behind. I don't feel I'll ever get caught up because BioWare is pumping DLC out so fast right now. It's just, I don't have enough time. So the other option is to just say, screw it, I'll just wait till Dragon Age 2. But there's always that lingering, well, it's only 20 hours.
Well,
it's only 20 hours. You know, that's a day. I'll just take the day off from work and just play for 20 hours straight and be good to go. So.
Good
That's
times.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, Ben, that moves on to you. What you got for us?
I'm pretty much in the same boat with Corey. Starcraft 2, what more can we say about that game, really? It's just, you go through the campaign, yes, and you go through the multiplayer, but then they also add in, like, the challenges on there, the achievements that you want to get in that game. It's just ridiculous. It's like, wow. And it's like, some of the challenges, have you gone through some of them yet, Corey?
Yes, I have. And you know what's great about those challenges is they're teaching you to play multiplayer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a teaching experience, which I haven't really felt in any other game. I mean, this game pretty much hands, rather than just throwing you out there and saying, good luck, you're going to play a Korean and they're going to destroy you, they say, hey, you know what, here's a chance to actually have an opportunity to learn how to play. I mean, and the matching system on top of that, I mean, you actually feel like you have a chance at this game.
Yeah, you have a fighting chance with
Yes.
the person you're with. So that's the one thing I really like about the matching system in StarCraft 2. So it's just, yeah, so like, let's say you pick it up, Brian, and like there's like different levels of skill set, or at least a different level of skills. Like, okay, I think I'm a beginner. You click on that, and it'll match you to the next beginner, and then you have that fighting chance with the next person.
Okay, so they actually worked a lot on like matchmaking.
Well, the way that the Battle.net matchmaking system is set up is that in the beginning, you're pretty much matched up to win. I mean, you're pretty much guaranteed to win 50% of your matches, is how it works. So it gives you, you're going to be playing really good players, and you're going to be playing beginners just like you, and you have a 50-50 chance to win. It pretty much makes it fair for you. But as you continuously progress and get better and learn more tactics, it starts putting you up against harder players. You beat the harder players, and then you move up in this tier system.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it's quite interesting and awesome.
Everybody's been beating it like a dead horse. Everybody's like, oh, StarCraft is awesome, and I'm like, yeah, it is a dead horse. A very shiny, pretty, enjoyable dead horse.
Yes. That years to come, especially when we're waiting for the next expansion to come out, it's still going to be one of those games where you're like, yeah, I'm still playing.
Yep.
So
it follows after its original. Right in suit and says, here's the next decade, kids.
Yeah, and and we're also getting, even like the first one, people, even the younger generation still pick up the game and like, this game is awesome.
Yeah.
So, and anyways, along with Corey, I'm also playing the beta for World of Warcraft Cataclysm, and even though I
just can't stop, can you?
No,
you just can't.
No, I can't. I still want to get off the bandwagon, but I can't.
Let me know when that happens, because I'll continuously go on and kill the Lich King like 20 more times.
Yeah. I'll definitely let you know about that. So, yeah, I downloaded a new client, and just like Corey, I saw the red, yellow, green bar on the bottom. I'm like, huh, okay. I'm reading about on the new content and all that stuff as well. So, yay, more stuff for me to waste my life on.
Yes.
Also, I've been trying to get some of the achievements for Plants vs. Zombies, because if you bought this on Steam, you got the Game of the Year edition for free.
Yeah.
So, I'm like...
Okay, now I didn't download it. Now here's my question.
Uh-huh.
What is extra in the Game of the Year edition? I mean, what is so great about it? I mean, everybody's like, you got a free upgrade. I'm like, that's awesome. Steam's giving out free upgrades. It's brilliant. And then I'm like, so what did you upgrade?
The one big thing that you notice that you can create your own zombie, pretty much. And I think what was it? I don't remember at the moment, but I know there's like more achievements for you to unlock. But yeah, the big one is like you can create your own zombie, and he's actually in the game because they took away Michael Jackson.
Yes, that's what I heard. He's gone.
They took away Michael Jackson, and then what they did is they added you. You can create your own zombie, and you're actually in the game. So like, if you're playing, let's say you're playing through the campaign, like the flag part, Brian. You're the zombie that you create. He's the one holding the flag.
Oh, cool.
So you actually get to see yourself as the zombie walking through the screen, and you get to kill yourself. So
nice. Now, so why did they say I pay that much attention? Did they say a reason why they took Michael Jackson out, or?
I'm not sure if they did or not. I still need to look through the notes to find out if they did. I'm guessing a lot of people complain about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's like, yeah.
All right. Whatever.
It's just like, you guys didn't complain before when they had him in there, but so why now?
That's what happens when people die. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you, Brian?
No, I have more.
What do you mean more? When do you have time? How do you have time?
How I have time? Since I'm losing my job, I have time.
Can I borrow some of your time? Can I get a couple hours?
Sure, you can take some. Yeah. I've also been playing Torchlight again. As the light of the new Torchlight 2 announcement came out, and what they did with that, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna play again, and I've been playing it and really enjoying the hell out of it again. So it's like, no, I've been sucked into Torchlight again.
What level are you?
I actually made it an archer now, so she's level 10 at the moment.
Oh, I love.
Yeah, so right now, because I've been collecting, when I was playing as the warrior type, I've been collecting items for like whenever I made a new character. So right now, at level 10, she's got this epic bow, and just completely destroying people with it. It's awesome.
Are you gonna go to 100? Are you gonna take it to 100?
No, because my warrior's at 30 something at the moment, and I want to do that, but I know it's going to take me a long time for me to do that, and yeah, I don't think there's enough hours in the day for me to do that, so. But I've also been dabbing into another beta as well. It's an MMO. I'm not sure whether or not we're allowed to say it.
I didn't think about looking at the NDA, but.
So I'm not sure, but I'll just say this though. It's just it's definitely something worth something worth playing at the moment, to try it out and all that good stuff to talk about it in the future. So, but yeah, hopefully we'll know if we can talk about it. But
next episode,
next episode we'll definitely let you know. But in the meantime, we'll definitely not say it at the moment. So.
Little spoiler there, everybody. Hey, we're not
really
going to
spoil. We're just a little vague, but we'll talk about that. Yeah.
You should end this episode with "to be continued."
Yeah. Dun dun dun. But yeah, that's enough with me. So off to you, Brian.
All right. Really, since it's been like 100 and bazillion degrees, I'm avoiding my computer because it's been too hot in the room that it's been in. And we don't have central air. We have like window units. So they can get expensive. So we really don't run it unless we absolutely have to. So I've been really spending a lot of time with my PS3 and enjoying that. Since I've gotten the PlayStation Plus account, I've just been sort of downloading some of the deals and free games they have. So got to play games like Critter Crunch, which is a hell of a lot of fun. If you guys ever have the opportunity to play that one's really, really good. It's just like a puzzle game, and it doesn't even seem like a whole lot, but it actually can be quite complex. So I know it's kind of old comparatively, so I'm sure there's been a lot of people talking about it, like probably 8 months ago or something. But It really is. It really is a decent game, and if you have PlayStation Plus and you haven't downloaded this yet, you go do it now. That's a really good one. Also, PlayStation Plus gets you Core. So Core, not really worth paying for, but since it's free, I was happy to download the Terrover demo that came with that. And apparently it was at E3, and I just totally missed it or whatever. And it is absolutely, undeniably frustrating, and it pisses you off the whole time. And you're pissed off, and then, well, here's the thing, like, you're pissed off, and you're like, God damn it, okay, I'm doing it this time, fuck you. And you're actually like, I'm like yelling at the screen, telling it to fuck off, and I'm like, but I'm gonna play it again, because I'm gonna finish this.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it is like punishingly difficult, but you want to keep playing. It's ridiculous.
It sort of reminds me of playing Mega Man, the new Mega Man 10.
Yep.
It's like so frustrating. It's like, oh my god, I swear to God, I'm gonna beat this board, and yeah, I know how you feel.
Like, so I fall down. And then I go and I fall into this little tiny thing where my wheels get stuck on either side, and I can't pop out of it, and I'm stuck, and I'm like, damn it, so I blow myself up. I go and I do it again, and I do it again, and I did it again, and I did it again. Finally, I was able to pop out of it, like in the 12th or 13th time I tried it. That's kind of how frustrating it is. And then they have these pits of balls, like just these little balls, and you get into it, and then it's almost near impossible to get out because the balls are like moving around your wheels instead of helping give you friction so you can pop out of this giant ball pit. It's like you're screaming at it the whole time, but at the same time you're like loving it. It's gonna be one of those games. I'm gonna download it and then I'm gonna hate myself for a while doing it, and then I'm gonna complete it and be like absolutely proud of myself.
So you're really gonna appreciate the win. You get to experience and just be happy, but then be like,
yes.
I beat it, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. And then people come over and be like, you need to try this, just so you can get pissed off.
Nice. So it's going to be an angry night at Brian's house. So
that's kind of how it's going to be, but it's awesome at the same time. I also been playing a lot of Pixel Junk games. So I'm playing some Pixel Junk Monsters, which is a lot of fun, also really frustrating. I got Pixel Junk Racer Second Lap because I got the first one. If you had purchased the first one, you get like the second one for free or something. All of a sudden, just like, do you want it? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll download it. And it's pretty fun as slot cars can be. So it's a very short window of enjoyment, and then it goes away, and then I stop playing. But the big one I've been playing is Pixel Junk Shooter, and I actually finished it yesterday and got all the trophies but one. One bronze I didn't get, but otherwise I collected all the treasures and saved all the people, and that actually is a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to the second one coming out. I didn't realize how much fun this game was until I started playing it, so they had it on the summer sale for like $5. It's easily one of the best $5 I've spent. The only thing I can think of is when there's a Steam sale and you get Torchlight for $5. That's really the only other game I can think of that would be worth the same amount, like that the enjoyment I got out of this game. If you can find Torchlight for $5, that's about the same amount of fun.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. It's challenging, but it's not like it doesn't punish you at all. I just was able to play it, and I enjoyed myself, and I had a really good time. So it was a very nice experience to have.
Nice.
Yeah. But that's really about it. I've been kind of wanting, but also fearing playing. I have Persona 4. It sits on my shelf. I want to play it, but I'm afraid of spending 100 hours in it.
Just let it happen. Just let it happen.
just go with it. Just experiment. It's like college, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Also, I do want to announce that I broke down and made the biggest mistake of my life.
Oh.
I joined Facebook.
Oh, that's right, you did.
We have proof. I posted on your wall.
Yes. And
It was
Brian
like-
added me.
It was like as soon as I did it, I was like, I'm going to regret this. I swear to God, not 10 minutes later, I regretted it.
So I'm going to ask you the big question that is probably on every listener's mind right now.
I
Are
am
you
not playing Farmville.
Okay, just checking. I just want to clarify. Because if you don't have 100 hours for Persona, then you do not have any time for Farmville.
No, I don't really want to play Farmville, although there is a sick curiosity to it that I want to just try it so I at least know what it's like. But really, the only game I've been playing is from Three Rings is the Everything game. And basically it's like a card collecting game.
Okay. All right.
So I wake up in the morning, I flip my cards for the day, and then that's it.
That's where it all starts, Brian. That's where it all starts.
I'm
Soon
sure
you
that
will have little sheep running around holding your cards together on your little farm. It'll be amazing.
Oh God. That's when I expect you guys to have an intervention.
Intervention.
Yeah, if I see you at all posting something about Facebook, I'm gonna message you and be like, dude, you need to get away now.
It's time to move on. It's time to move on.
The only game that I have for Facebook really is a PopCap game, which is Bejeweled Blitz, and that's about it.
Yeah, but Bejeweled is good on any format. Facebook, iPad, phone, World of Warcraft. I mean, it comes up any way possible, so.
Yeah. So, that's about it for me. So that's kind of what we've been playing. I'm kind of glad we didn't go for like a full 2-month list thing, because otherwise, we would be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Finishing up. So
longest podcast ever.
Right.
Let's go into our feature set, which we have not done in a while, obviously. Binh, why don't you start us off with Bargain Bin?
Yay! My Bargain Bin is actually anyone can pick this up as long as you have a Steam account. Really, mine is Alien Swarm. It is completely free, and if it is really, really fun for a free game the way it is. You can play it single player. You can have up to 3 other people that you can play with. But it's a good over the top shooter where you're just killing aliens, and you can have like 4 different classes to choose from, and you can customize your settings the way that you want to be able to play it and all that stuff. So, like, you have an engineer, you have almost like a leader type. You also have a medic, and I forgot what the last class is at the moment, but it's just really, really, really something to look into if you're looking for a free game to play.
Really? See. And I like it. I thought Alien Swarm was brilliant. I enjoy playing it. It's nice to see when my friends get online. I'm like, hey, you want to play a game Alien Swarm? And hop in real quick. And I reviewed a while back Alien Breed Impact, which also was a over-the-top shooter. Mm-hmm. And its monotony was ridiculous. I mean, the game was really nice, but you had to pay for it. I just was not big on that. I mean, I just didn't think it was worth the money that they were asking to be charged. And right now, I think it's 50% off now. I mean, they're trying to get everybody to buy it. But then you have Steam, who says, by the way, here's Alien Swarm. It's completely free. You can edit levels, and you get multiple characters. Enjoy. And I'm thinking, why even? I mean, Alien Breed Impact and Alien Swarm came out so close together. I think Alien Breed really got overshadowed, and Alien Swarm just took the reins and said, this is the way the game should have played, and this is all the features that players wanted in this previous title, but didn't get. And I think Alien Swarm was probably, I completely agree with you, Binh, great game.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just, especially when you get like 4 other people to play with you, and it just, like, I think the friendly fire is always on as well, isn't it? And you really have to be careful where you're shooting at, especially as the heavy weapon type person. Like, you just sit there and just spray. You really have to be careful where you're pointing the gun at, because you can kill your teammate in, like, I wouldn't say like in a dime, but like it'll take a little bit. But you gotta be careful where you're pointing at.
Well, did you see? Actually, today, day that we're recording this podcast, they added that new difficulty setting, hardcore friendly fire.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's enabled, it basically deals full damage immediately to your friends within the vicinity. And I'm like, okay, I'm already shooting you on accident right now, and you're living. I can't play this mode. I would kill my entire team in like the first 5 minutes of panic.
Yeah. Look out! Oh, I killed everybody.
Right?
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, and the medic is dead. Let's just sit down and die.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, like once you die in that area, you there's no way to resurrect that person at all. I don't think, is there? Because I was playing as a medic and I was looking for something to resurrect someone, and it's just like I can't do anything.
See, I'm the guy that plays, and if you die, I'm leaving you behind. I don't have time to go and bring you back to life. You're on your own. And,
Awesome.
Honestly, I don't care.
Classy, Corey. Classy.
You know what? It's survival of the fittest, and obviously you failed.
You failed as shooting aliens.
You're the buffalo in the back that got eaten. That's not my problem.
You're the one who died of dysentery 3 days into Oregon Trail.
Exactly. You're that. You know what? Snake bite my left foot. You're on your own.
Sayonara. I'll see you in the next lifetime.
Well, did you see that they added a new difficulty level? I think it's brutal is what it is.
Yes.
It's because insane apparently wasn't hard enough. And I'm playing this game on like the medium level and praying that I can get to the level in one shot, because otherwise I'm going to be sitting here banging my head against my monitor for like an hour.
Yeah, it's quite the fun, definitely. So go pick it up because it is free. There's no reason why you should not pick up this game at all. So
Very nice.
We're going to our next segment at the moment with Brian.
That's me. I know a bunch of people were talking about this like a couple weeks ago, but Limbo on the Xbox 360. So on Xbox Live for 1,200 Microsoft points, which I'm not really sure what that is in real life. I think that's like, I don't know, $150. I don't understand this fake money thing. I'm not really sure. So it's like what, $15 maybe? Is that whatever?
The next time I buy my car, I'm going to buy it in Microsoft points. Whatever it is, like it's $14,000. What is that in Microsoft points?
Yeah, exactly. And then what you'll do is you'll put out a tweet asking people for free Microsoft points, because you have boobs. No, wait.
Exactly.
But anyway, so it's kind of a dark game, but it looks awesome, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. So when I actually get my Xbox, I will be downloading this myself. So go out and get it, 1,200 Microsoft points, Limbo on the Xbox Live Marketplace, whatever they call it. I don't know, whatever.
On the Xbox.
I'm so knowledgeable.
I know, right? You're like, this game is amazing. You should download it on whatever format it comes in.
Yeah. Just go press buttons. I don't know. Things happen. I don't know how it works. You buy fake money, you download it. That's all. Yeah. You get real games for fake money. I mean, it's great.
Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think we have a Netflix pick this week, do we? No? Unless you have one, Brian.
Actually, what we finally picked up, Vanessa and I finally picked up on The Guild. We finally went through and watched the first 3 seasons of that.
Yay! And?
It's very enjoyable. I'm not quite obsessed with it as some people are, but I do enjoy it though. I mean, I think it's pretty good. There's a few things where I'm kind of like, yeah, but okay. But yeah, it's very funny and it's very enjoyable. The Guild. All 3 seasons are out on Instant Watch, so there you go.
Epic.
Yeah.
Very.
So, as far as big topics for the podcast, there might have been a little news coming out of Gamescom. I'm not sure.
A little bit.
Gamescom? I don't know what you're talking about. No, it's Gamescom.
Right. So there was this little tiny convention that happened out in Germany, and yeah. So Gamescom. If you were on the AggroGamer site today, we did a 2-part video with like a lot of the trailers and stuff that have come out of the conference from last weekend, and whoa.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Just let it happen.
Anyway, so before we start going through it, 2 words: Torchlight 2.
Torchlight 2, yes. Cannot wait for this game to come out. Oh, about time. I thought, I thought that, when they announced like Torchlight 2, I thought it was gonna like be like more of an MMO setting. No, the way that I looked at it, it looks like it's gonna be like a Neverwinter Nights type game, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna devour me.
Wow. Never had a game devour me, but that may be my first.
Well, World of Warcraft devoured both of us. Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
I'm looking forward to Torchlight 2, and like I said in the article to Brian not too long ago, if y'all don't play with me, I'm going to be pissed. I mean, honestly, this game is going to be the only thing that would have made the original perfect is if it had a multiplayer function. And if you watch the trailer, it basically says that was the big complaint everybody had, and they're like, okay, we'll do that then. And then you listen to your community, you make a brilliant game, you add the one thing that's missing, you're like fingering gold. It's amazing.
Yeah. I think that they've really built, like you said, they built up this community, and they've really kind of built up a great fan base, and I think this is perfect because it's going to give the people a taste of what they wanted until they can get the MMO finished.
Exactly. And I like the new areas, I like the new zones, I like that there's now an above ground feeling. I'm going to see grass. I'm very excited about seeing grass and trees and actually being in this outer world. And it reminds me of a lot of the Dungeon Siege 2, where you've got, except for the over the shoulder view and more of a top down view. But it's just one of those. From the preview, the graphics look amazing. I think that they really stepped up the graphics from the previous game, and I'm really excited to play this thing. I really am.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think there's really a whole lot to say. First of all, the teaser trailer that they gave was very much just a teaser, but I know there's going to be a couple of new classes.
Yeah.
They're going to update the level editor. It's going to be pretty awesome.
It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. So, another game that I'm really interested in is, what was it? No, like Little Big Planet 2. That trailer was like, oh man, I can't wait for this game to come out as well.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Little Big Planet, I really liked Little Big Planet. I thought its customizability, and I think people were doing some really crafty things on there. The way they built these levels and these gigantic traps and making words spell out and doing all sorts of interesting stuff. I didn't care much for the gameplay. I didn't think that it was all that spectacular. It was great. It's to have this entirely creative world that you can bend to your will, but on the other hand, I just wanted to run through the game to play it. I didn't really want to build a car every other level. So I'm hoping that Little Big Planet 2 kind of adds a little bit more, I don't want to say fun, I want to say more gameplay, and not concentrate they obviously have the level editors locked down, so I'm hoping that they take those tools and create more fun levels and I don't want to spend a couple hours and play through the game and blow through it because they want me to use the level editor and build stuff for the community. I want to play something that's going to give me some good game time and really rack my brain.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Is there anything that you like from Gamescom, Brian?
Well, besides Torchlight 2, I haven't even watched it yet. That's the worst part. I haven't watched it yet, but I saw that there's a new Sorcery trailer, and I want this game so bad. I don't know about this guy standing in the corner, but this is it looks so nice.
With this PlayStation 3 remote.
Yeah. Well, all right, fine. Yeah, whatever. But it looks awesome, and I'm really looking forward to it just because it kind of, I know this is going to sound weird, but at least what we saw at E3, it kind of gave me this is what Torchlight would be if you had like one person and you were had this over the back, like around the side view of him, and you had a remote or like a wand you could actually fling stuff at, that to me is what it would be, and that's what I want to play. I want to play something like that. So
yeah, it's going to be. I'm kind of interested in that. I'm not too sure what that's going to be like, but we'll give it a shot. I get to be my own Harry Potter. That's what I'm looking at it as.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I'm looking at with that game is like, hey, I get to be Harry Potter. That's awesome.
Yeah. So other than that, I mean, like, there's been a few kind of not surprises, but like the Resistance 3 was announced, a new Ratchet and Clank was announced. Both look okay. Killzone 3 multiplayer, I thought that one actually looked pretty sweet. I don't know. I mean, what else did you guys like?
Even though I've been looking forward to this game since last year's E3, but just keep on watching the trailer for Castlevania, Lords of Shadow. It just gets me pumped up to wanting to play this game because it's Castlevania, and I think they did it right for once.
And made it extremely scary.
Yeah. Well, they made it to, like, because, I think, the first 3D Castlevania came up for the PS2, and that game was just god awful. And just like, people gone back to, like, Symphony of the Night and all that stuff. And, like, this is the first one in a while where there's like, this is actually a pretty good Castlevania game that I'm really looking forward to. So I can't wait. And, but yeah, can't wait for that. And like the Rock Band 3 set list that I don't know, Harmonix didn't realize what was going on at the time, but hey, check it out, folks.
Surprise.
Yeah. Some of these songs, though, are going to be pretty friggin' awesome. I mean, dude, they have Echo. I mean, what else? Shit.
Freebird.
Well, yeah, Freebird.
Okay, let's talk about Freebird for a second. You're sitting at the bar, and you've had those couple drinks, and you've just been hanging out, and all of a sudden Freebird comes on, and you always get that guy in the back of the bar that's all, Freebird, yeah, woo, and is excited and can't wait to listen to the 14 minutes and 90-some-odd seconds of whatever this song is. I mean,
yeah, that's me.
That's you. You're that guy. So that's great, but my thing is, am I going to play this on the Rock Band instrument for that long? Do I have the endurance? I mean, already.
Yes.
You think so?
Challenge accepted. Yes.
Video didn't happen.
But there really are some really great songs on the set list. Ridiculous. I mean, shit. I mean, even Imagine by John Lennon. We have the Ramones on here, the Smiths. Oh, damn, man, this is gonna be pretty friggin' sweet.
Yeah, this is gonna be one hell of a set list. I mean, it's just gonna be like, there's like Rock Band, and then guitar, and then there's like Guitar Hero. It's like, it's really funny how far down Guitar Hero has gone, and just how big Rock Band has toppled over them.
Yeah.
How it has become, yeah. So, anything else that you guys have seen?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys what you thought about the Dead Space 2 jump. Did you guys see that? The Gamescom trailer for Dead Space 2, it was pretty much, you got the main protagonist, he's sitting in the ship, and he hops in the seat, and it launches him out, and he basically free falls down to the level, and then it goes Dead Space 2. And it really reminded me of Halo. Like, when Master Chief jumps down, and he's on his way, and he's going head down straight into the middle of the Covenant, he's going to kick everybody's ass, rah, rah, rah. But it was like, I watched it on Dead Space 2, and I'm like, yeah, seen it. I mean,
Someone did it.
That scared me a little bit, but, I mean, you're jumping. That's not scary.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a huge fan of I've never actually played the first one. I watched the anime. That was freaking terrible. Yeah. Don't bother. But other than that, I've never played the game, so it doesn't mean anything to me one way or the other. Ben?
I've seen our head editor play it. I've seen his girlfriend play it, and as much as I like that style of play, that third person, I'm just not interested in that space, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's just me, but I'm not interested at all. So that's one of those titles where I'm like, okay, I will have, other people can enjoy it. I'm just gonna sit here.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's right. It's a couch game. Sit back, grab a beer, and just watch.
Now, Corey, I know you put up an article today about a game you might like a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yes. All right. So today, Cryptic Studios, which we already have seen do some great things with the MMO universe, with Champions Online, giving us City of Heroes, where we first got our first characters, our comic book fantasies in the online world, and then they brought us Star Trek Online, which me and Binh have talked about before, and gives you the new mechanics that are not in your typical MMO. I mean, we got flying ships, we got space, and then we have superheroes and capes, and I mean, we've had all this stuff so far. And they just announced that Cryptic Studios and Atari, along with the Wizards of the Coast team, and who, if you don't know who they are, you have never heard the name Dungeons & Dragons before, are bringing us a new title called Neverwinter. And for anybody that's familiar with the BioWare franchise of Neverwinter Nights, this is that game. I mean, it's completely immersed in the Neverwinter City. It's the Sword Coast. It's Icewind Dale. It's everything that you have always wanted in the Neverwinter world. And they're bringing on R.A. Salvatore, which is famous for writing the Tristor novels and his work in the Forgotten Realms. And he's just a fantastic writer. And he's actually releasing a trilogy of books prior to the game, which should be released, I believe, fourth quarter of next year.
Oh, wow.
And they're ready to start handing this thing out hand over fist. And it's funny, actually, Jack Emmert, he is, what is his actual title? He's the COO of Cryptic Studios, and he doesn't call this an MMO because it's an online style game. You get on, it's
persistent.
It's persistent. It's a persistent world. And he did an interview recently with Massively and kind of describing what the world of Neverwinter is going to be like. And he says it's going to be, they compare it to like Phantasy Star Online, where you go into what am I going to call it? How do I put it? A lobby. And there's numerous players in this lobby together, getting ready to play, and then they're all moved into instance together, and they play in a dungeon. But you only can have 5 players at a time. So like Phantasy Star Online, you have the lobby, you're seeing everybody, you're chatting with everybody, you're reacting, and then you go into a dungeon like a Dungeons & Dragons title, and you sit there and you play, and the world is persistent and changes and constantly is a new adventure every time you play with every different group of people. You got 5 classes, the typical, from what it looks like on the website, a cleric, warrior, rogue, archer, mage. I mean, it's everything Dungeons & Dragons should be in a game. I mean, DDO could have learned a lesson from this, honestly.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, exactly. And he's not calling it an MMO. He says it's not a massively multiplayer online game. He's calling it an OMG. and I'm thinking, OMG, what is it? And he says it's an online multiplayer game. It's an OMG. And I'm going, okay, I'll go with that. That's catchy. And it's really for that small group of players that likes to play a game together. I mean, you have your World of Warcraft fans, your City of Heroes fans that really, you don't want to be in a 25-man or 40-man raid. You don't want to be with hundreds of players trying to do one big event. You want to get with 5 of your closest friends, all jump into a dungeon, get loot, go through this story, and really just enjoy the game as a group together. And I think that's going to be one of the highlights of this title because you're going to have just small groups, and that's where it's really focused at. And I think that they can do a lot of work with a small group. So
nice, very nice.
That's awesome. I can't wait for that. Can't wait for this to come out.
And you know what? We haven't even seen anything of it. And I mean, the Neverwinter Nights community has such a huge modding community, and I think they also announced that they're going to have what's called the Forge system, which is very similar to the Aurora toolset, which Neverwinter Nights and Neverwinter Nights 2 took high advantage of. And people built humongous worlds out of this thing. And basically you'll be able to play an online game with your friends that you'll be able to design the level around you while you play it. And I think but they haven't released anything about being a dungeon master. That's what I'm really interested in. Is there going to be able to be that I can sit in there and watch online as they traverse through my dungeon? But I don't know. They haven't said anything about that yet, so we're kind of keep our ear to the ground and see what's happening there.
I'm sure they're just going to wait for PAX or for something else.
You know, I'm waiting for screenshots. I'm waiting for video. Bring it on. Bring it all on. I'm ready to jump right back into the city of Neverwinter.
Very nice. Very nice. Ben, I believe you also just put out something recently, and my computer just froze. Nope. Oh, no, I'm back. Sorry. About Lineage 2.
Yeah. The guy's name is Craig Smallwood, and he's from Hawaii, and pretty much the gist of it is that he's suing NCSoft because he claims, after spending 20,000 hours between 2004 and 2009, that he was not able to function independently, such as getting up, getting dressed, bathing, or communicating with family and friends because Lineage 2 is too addicting. And so he's suing NCSoft because they did not put any sort of warning letting them know that, hey, this game is addicting. Do not buy this if you are addicting. And so it's just, when I read it that morning, I was like, wait, really? Wait, okay. I'm like, yeah, really? I mean, can me and Corey sue World of Warcraft because we've been playing since 2005?
Yeah, if that's possible, I want my share now. But yeah, I would never sue Blizzard because they would terrify me. So,
I just, that's the one thing I just didn't get. And games can be addicting. We all play video games because they're addicting. But there's a point where someone needs to say, "Hey, you want to come out and have a drink?" Especially when you're in Hawaii, you're in a beach area. What are you doing inside anyways?
Well, I mean, every game has the warning. It says, if you play this game, play in moderation. Go outside every now and then. See the sun once in a while. Or see the moon if you're a nighttime person, whatever. But, I mean, you can't spend your entire life playing a game. If so, that's your bad. You can't be putting that on a video game company saying that it's their fault for making it addicting.
Oh, no.
I mean, they drag you in, but they don't want to make you, lose your entire life over it. That's not a gaming company's goal.
No.
So,
well, and first of all, that's just bad business.
Exactly.
I mean, because if they lose their job, then they can't keep paying for their subscription. So that's just bad business sense. So believe me, they are not trying to do that. This person just needs help.
Yeah. Someone needs to step in.
Really nice way of saying it.
Yeah, someone needs to step in and give him an intervention.
That's exactly it. It's one of those things and what? Nobody noticed? Nobody said, hey, this guy's got a problem? I'm from Las Vegas. The minute you're on a slot machine longer than a day, everybody's like, hey, you got a problem. So let's send you over to counseling. I mean, same thing goes for video games. If you're doing something just too much, let it go, man. Just get up and stop playing for a minute. You have that capability.
Yeah. And no matter how much you say you don't, the truth is you do. And you just have to, start using some of your willpower. And if you say you don't have that, then, you're just making excuses. Is really what it boils down to.
Yeah, at this point, pretty much. It just, I don't get it because, I've been playing video games since, 84, 85. Brian, you've been playing right around that same time, and Corey, I'm pretty sure you as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure we played, especially the older games, we sat there and played those for hours. hours on end until our parents were like, "Hey, go outside."
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So,
And I think you can logically say we've all been there. We've all been to the point where we're like, whoa, maybe I need to take a break or something. Because, right, how many of us have taken a day off to play a game on like the first day or something?
yeah, right here. I'll admit that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone has at one point or another, especially a game they really, really want to play. I'm sure, like, Corey, you probably took a day off for Starcraft 2, probably not.
I did,
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But you know what? And my problem is that all the games that you pick Lineage 2. I mean, really, that's going to be your addicting game. I don't believe, if you look at it, for the amount of time that he said he played, it's probably about 2.3 years of his life gone. The game has only been out since 2004. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, that's about 3 months per year. That's not addicted. That's just spread out over time. It's not that much time. Now, if he played for 2.3 years straight, I mean, almost two and a quarter year, if he played that straight, that's his problem.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's not that long if you think about it since the game's been out. I just don't believe that Lineage 2 has that much content to keep me addicted for that long. Nothing against the game, I just don't think there's enough there.
Funny story, I was actually talking to a guy who was really into it like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was talking to him over the weekend, and apparently it's not so much that there's a lot of content. I mean, there is a lot of content. Obviously, they've been doing it for 6 years. There has to be, plenty of content out there. But he said you spend a lot of time grinding.
See, I can't do that. I can't.
So most of it, I'm guessing, is he was spending a lot of time just sitting grinding. Yeah. An area or something. So I'm guessing that's kind of where a lot of his time went. But I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of content in the game. I just can't imagine,
Yeah. And then suing somebody over it.
Yeah.
If I sued every video game company for making a really great game, I don't know how many of those lawsuits I'd actually win, but if I did, I'd be a rich guy.
Yeah, exactly. Or game companies would stop making games.
Yeah, exactly, because they'd be all out of business.
I mean,
they would all be making carnival games, on the Wii.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, let's just say, like all the Twilight fans, they're like people out there thinking about Twilight all the time, and they're bad for them being into a movie like that. But you're not hearing anyone suing, the producer or the writers for making a movie like Twilight.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm suing Team Edward, dude. It's awesome.
A class action lawsuit against Team Edward by Team Jacob.
Be like, that's right. I think the werewolf should win, so I'm suing Team Edward. So
that's right. That's right. Sue the actor because he plays a guy in a movie.
Yeah, you can't. It's very difficult to come across that with media. I mean, any form of media, movies, video games. I mean, you've got people trying to sue the internet as a whole. Yeah. It's just, I mean, people just don't have the self-control that they once did, and I mean, that's your problem. Justify it to me, please, because I just don't see it.
Exactly. All right, so Gamescom 2010, more info and stuff than E3, yes or no, Corey?
Oh, by far. And like I was telling you guys beforehand, I think that a lot of the game companies were bringing a lot to the table for E3, but I firmly believe a lot of them held back and said, hey, you know what? Wait till Gamescom. I mean, yeah, check all this out, neat stuff. Ooh, look at this, nice and shiny. But everybody expects E3 to be the big game show. I think that the video game companies wanted people to come to Gamescom and bring that same fire and that same spark that E3 always enrages in people of, oh my god, what are they going to release next? And I think that's a great move. I like to see my news spread out throughout the year. I mean, I'd rather not have to rely on E3 to get all my news for the entire year. I'd like to kind of have it eke out per convention. So, like PAX, I'd like to get mine PAX. They just had QuakeCon not too long ago, and there's a lot of stuff coming out of there. and if they could have got their internet working, but that's a different story.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Horrible. I don't understand how you can have an entire convention with that many people, and it's a gigantic LAN party, and you cannot get your internet to work. That considered my mind blown. So, but like, I like to hear stuff. QuakeCon, I'd like to keep up with QuakeCon because I know that I'm going to get some news, or PAX. I'm going to watch what's happening at PAX because I want to get some more news. I don't want to just rely on one convention and one source of media to get all my video game news for the next year. So, well done, Gamescom. I applaud you.
But the thing is, though, like, I'm like you. I rather have my news, sporadic like that. But, but having this much news come out from one convention, where like some of the smaller media like us can't go to Germany,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So it's just like, it frustrates me because now I'm waiting to see what they're going to have at the Tokyo Game Show now.
Yeah, exactly. So now every time a new convention is going to go out, I'm going to be like, so what do we got going on? What's happening? So.
See, and the thing is, though, I don't think they're going to announce anything new in PAX because PAX is more of a consumer convention than it is more of a media.
I don't know. You may be surprised.
I mean, I know I probably will be surprised, but I'm just saying though that there might be some small news, some news coming out from there, but nothing major though.
Well, look, Gamescom had an announcement for Diablo 3. I'm thinking, BlizzCon is in a couple months. Why not hold it off until BlizzCon? Why release it during Gamescom? And I mean, it's just one of those things that's kind of fuel to the fire, get everybody kind of excited for the fall lineup of titles coming out. So.
Okay, I want to pose this question then. Do you feel that maybe there were many developers and publishers that held some of this news to Gamescom because E3 was so focused on motion control?
Yes. Brian, that is a good point.
I can
Because
see that.
That's all I saw from E3. And I mean, online, everything I saw news-wise, it's just all was motion control. I mean, we had Peter Molyneux showing all of the Fable 3, and he had Cirque du Soleil come out, and some little girl play with the tiger on the... Nobody cares. I mean, the motion control is done. It's been beaten to the death. Let's see what Microsoft and Wii and PlayStation are going to do. And that was the highlight of the halls. So all the little developers, all the tiny developers, all the downloadable content really got overshadowed. And I agree with that, Brian. I think that's why they held back, is rather than being overshadowed, they could really focus on the developers' projects for the next coming 4 quarters, 5 quarters, and show what's going on.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It just, E3 this year was like Brian said, motion controller this from Sony, the Kinect with Microsoft, and the 3DS with Nintendo. It was just more hardware based this year at E3 than it was more software. I mean, granted, there were like a lot of sequels coming out and barely any new IPs. I think the only new IP that me and Brian were really interested in was Dance Central, because it wasn't a gimmick game for the Kinect. It was actually, here's a full-fledged game that you can really use the Kinect for.
Yeah.
So Gamescom came up with boom, software. It was like, wow, this is awesome. Where was this at E3?
It was pretty awesome. And maybe some of the stuff just wasn't ready or whatever, but I mean, just some of the announcements, and granted they were all kind of sequel-y, like Resistance 3 and stuff, but I mean, there was just times where I know, I was talking to David online, our chief editor, and was just like, are you just reading this stuff coming out? It's crazy. And like, literally we couldn't keep up with writing articles because it was coming out too fast.
It was definitely something. I was like, a new article coming on, I'm like, what? Wait, what?
Well, you also have to consider the developing companies, is that you have 2 of the largest game conventions within a 3-month span. So if you show everything you have at E3, what do you show at Gamescom?
Exactly.
You got nothing. Nothing. You just, hey, remember that game we showed you 3 months ago? Yeah, here it is again.
Yeah. So overall, looks like a pretty good Gamescom. Definitely, what's Tokyo Game Show is next, or PAX, I guess.
PAX and then Tokyo Game Show.
So we can look forward to that. I do have an email, so let me go ahead and read that, and we can answer. It's about episode 76 from a few months ago. So hello all. I'm sending this through Brian so he feels like he has listeners.
Nice.
Welcome back. As far as on PlayStation Plus, if it meant better service and features like party chat, then sure. Otherwise, no fucking way. I'm actually in the process of coming up with an article about PlayStation Plus, and I'm still working on it, but I have gotten about $26 worth of stuff so far for free. So I've almost made about half of my money back. So I'll finish that up and get it up. But let's continue on. So on APB, great concept. Gameplay sucks.
Agreed.
Your hitbox is larger than your character.
Oof.
Just because you look like you're behind cover doesn't mean you are. Performance is real bad. High on lag. The game is balanced, or the game is balanced and lower. Yeah, the game. The game is balanced and lower players can still compete against higher. Oh, they say, I guess. They say the game is balanced and lower players can still compete against higher players. That's a total lie. When I play against people close to my level, I do fairly well. When I come across a higher level, I get owned every time. I can tell because it shows the weapons and perks my opponent has equipped that when you get killed. I know it's crazy superior firepower, serious disadvantage for first-time players. Finally, this game is hack-infested. Just go to YouTube and search APB hacks. All the typical FPS hacks are on this game. Aimbots, ESP, wall hack, you name it, it's on APB.
Jeez.
That's my 2 cents. Again, welcome back. I'm glad E3 was fun for you. One day I will go to these events. Aloha, Wes, the Shockman Shockley.
Wow. Thanks.
Okay.
That's shock.
Shockman, genius. Everything I completely agree with on. That was one of the games in the list of games that I was playing in the past couple months. And APB, like I said in my article, it has a lot to fix. It's based off of the Unreal Engine, which we already know has been exploited to high hell. Everybody, I mean, like you said, aimbots, clipping, everything you can think of is in this game. Now the problem is that you have it in a persistent online world, and everybody's using it. You've got people hacking their equipment, hacking their nobody's on your level. Basic players who just want to play the game will never be able to compete. There's no good matching system. You're launched from across the room. I remember getting so frustrated with the game because I would be at one end of the city, I would accept a quest, and it would be on the other end of the city. So I have to go get myself a car and drive all the way down there while the opposing team is already down there finishing their part of the quest. And I'm thinking, by the time I get down there, they'll be done. And then all of a sudden, bloop, I get another thing behind me that says, hey, now turn around and go finish this part. It was a really broken game. I hope Real-Time Worlds gets on the bandwagon, figures out some way to get rid of all the hacking, gets rid of a lot of the problems with the hitbox is a big problem because they have such a great customization system. You can't limit the hitbox because you have fat players, you have skinny players, tall players, short players, so everybody has the same hitbox. So my character gets shot in the mohawk and I'm going to die. It's really, if they can fix it and re-release it and say, hey, we've made all these fantastic changes, listen to the community, listen to what people are saying, and stop saying that the game is not broken because it is, and then really just take what the community has to say and re-implement that, and I think you will have a good MMO first-person shooter. But until then, I don't recommend it to anybody.
Yeah, just watching it over at E3 last year, I thought it was a great concept. The customization of your characters was really up there, and just amazing, the concept was there. But after seeing some of the gameplay, especially at PAX East, and just some of the things that people walked away saying from it, it was just I got a little discouraged, and then just the more I read, especially the day of release, where it only sold less than 10,000 units, when the game came out, and I was like, wow. And the budget that I heard, I read an article in one of the sites called BrokenToys.org, and their APB blew $100 million on this.
Whoa!
Yeah, it was a really bad call.
Yeah, it just, you want to know what not to do in an MMO? Yeah.
This was it?
Yeah, I'm guessing this is it. It just,
jeez.
I mean, I'll put it up in the show notes so everyone can read the article. But it's just, wow, just the amount of the budget money that they have, and just the game that they released for this is like, wow, really?
Mm.
So it's just,
all right. Well, thank you, Wes, for emailing us or emailing me to let me know that we do have one listener. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you do have any emails and you have to be a listener, if any of the three of you want to send something, go ahead and send it either to myself, Binh, Mike, or AggroCast at AggroGamer.com. I don't know. Do you guys have anything else?
Oh, I do. I actually have something, and that's in regards to Death Spank.
Ooh, yes.
Have you guys heard about this with the sequel?
There's a sequel?
Thongs of something or another?
I think it's Thongs of Virtue,
there you
and
go.
it's releasing next month.
What?
Yeah, like the way that they explained it is that they were building these games in tandem. No, not in tandem. They were building them basically side by side, similar to the Lord of the Rings movies. You know, they build them side by side so that, you know, they release one game, get everybody on it, but while it's still fresh in everybody's mind, bam, release a sequel.
There you go.
So, I mean, it's brilliant marketing scheme. I mean, because everybody who played Death Spank, whether you liked it or not, everybody knows what the title is. So everybody's going to go, okay. And it's got a more modern look. I mean, you got guns, you got thongs, you got... It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think that it should be interesting to see. But I like how they do that, how they release them so close together to make sure that it's still fresh in somebody's mind, and then release the title and say, hey, here's the sequel. What do you think? And if they keep that up, Death Spank may be one of those things that lives on the Xbox Live Arcade for a long time.
At least we know Michael would be happy about that.
So, now you wrote the review for Death Spank, correct?
No, that was
Mike.
Mike.
Oh, was it Mike?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was Patrick.
Was it Patrick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Patrick's seeing this right now. Patrick is yelling at the AggroCast going, what the hell, guys?
You motherfuckers!
I wrote that game!
But you've played it though, Corey, right?
Yes.
Is it worth getting?
You know, it's, okay, just so we're all aware, it's 1,200 Microsoft points, which is actually $14.99 if you want the actual breakdown, Brian.
Oh, okay.
But,
Take money.
mystical Microsoft play Monopoly money. But, yeah, I played the game. I like it. I did like it. It's a time waster. It's one of those things, it's $14.99. You download it on XBLA or you pick it up on PlayStation Network, and you just, you go, you play it, it's a couple hours, you beat it. It was fun. It's great for a laugh. It's just a quick game. Don't take it seriously. It's like the Leisure Suit Larry series, except more hack and slash. So it's just a short, fun game. It's by no means is it worth a $40 price tag. It's not something that you have to have. But if you do get a chance, you just come across 1,200 Microsoft points, pick it up. It's worth the pickup.
Just, whenever you come across 1,200 Microsoft points, if you ask for free Microsoft points on Twitter.
With boobs.
There you go. So if you do want to give me some free Microsoft points,
email Brian
Bentley at AggroGamer.com. Anyway, or you can send me a message on Xbox Live, which I never check. It's Quiglin because I don't have an Xbox. I just have the Games for Windows Live. I picked up a Xbox account thing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Anyway. What about you, Ben? I have 20 points, by the way. 20 gamer score.
Nice.
Anybody sends you points, you will be a Microsoft point whore from now on. You will be the MPW.
Anyway, Ben, do you have anything else?
No, nothing right now. Except for I can't wait for two particular games to come out right now. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Street Fighter X Tekken.
Ooh,
yes.
Hopefully we'll be able to talk about that a little bit on the next podcast, because I really, with the two games, I have a lot to say about that.
I bet. But, just with the recent announcement of Street Fighter X Tekken, I'm like, wait, really? And just like, oh god, not another fighting game that's gonna suck me in.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, oh, at least they better have Guy in it. That's all I gotta say.
That'd be awesome.
So, all right, well, let's do that real quick. Corey, what are you looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to? Dude, I got so much. The fall is gonna kick my ass. There's so much I'm gonna be doing, but specifically, recently, DC Online. I'm looking forward to that. I really, with all the news coming out for comic book movies for the next 2 years, I'm in comic book mode, so I'm ready. Let's make my Green Lantern looking character and kick some Joker face in. I'm really looking forward to that. And obviously, I'm looking. You know what I'm also looking forward to? The new Star Wars title. The
Old Republic?
No.
Oh, are you talking about the
Force Unleashed?
No, it's another one. It's off the Clone Wars series, isn't it? Are you talking about that one or no?
No.
Yes.
You talking about that one?
Yes, I am talking about that one.
Oh my god.
Dude, I played that at E3. You're not looking forward to that one.
Clone Wars Adventures. It's cute. I mean, it's going to be like the game that I can get my daughter to play. That's going to be, suck her into the Star Wars universe and give her a little bit of an online game.
Okay. For that, because believe me, man, I spent a few minutes doing the what was I doing? Lightsaber training with Obi-Wan.
How'd that go?
Ooh, yeah. I was like, that can't be it. There has to be more to this. Click. Nope, that's it.
You have to consider it's marketed towards kids. I mean, no
one told me that at the time.
Because you were like, oh my god, I want to play Yoda.
Well, I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. I'm like running around the ship, and it's like, go in here and have lightsaber training with Obi-Wan. I'm like, fine, yeah, this is going to be pretty sweet. Oh my god, this is terrible.
Well, you have to consider, the demographic that they're pointing for is the RuneScape demographic. They're pointing towards the Free Realms demographic. They want to get all the boys and girls and say, hey, you all watch that cartoon Clone Wars? Let's put it in a little MMO and give you guys a little community that you can play in and collect stuff. So I'm kind of looking forward to that and seeing what's going on with there. And then they have pretty much DC Online is pretty much my new crack. So
nice. Well, as for myself, I'm looking forward to Civ 5.
Oh, drool.
Yeah, that's going to be bad. And actually, I'm actually looking forward to it's a small DS title called Intellivision Lives.
Oh my, yes.
Nice, yes.
And I don't know what it is, but there's just some part of me sitting in nostalgia mode that's just like, you must play this game.
Oh yeah.
So I'm definitely going to be on top of that. So
I agree with that. Intellivision was a great system in its day.
Oh yeah, of course.
So, but I like it when they port all these old titles into new systems. I mean, it's nice. Every now and then I want to play Battletoads. A little Double Dragon. Bring on those old classic games. And I'm serious. If you put Pong on my PlayStation, I would play Pong. Just because it's there. It's one of those games just to remember where all my roots came from. So
that's like playing Tetris, and I can still play through this game for hours to this day.
Most downloaded game ever, Tetris. So.
Tetris is something else, man. That is. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm kind of getting. That's what I'm looking forward to. If you guys don't have anything else, let's wrap this up, huh?
Yeah, definitely wrap it up.
All right. So you guys can catch us. Let's see, Twitter, You can get me at Quiglin. I just started the Facebooking, so I don't know what to do there. But yeah, pwn.com, twitter.com, /Quiglin. What about you, Ben?
You can find me at Facebook, Twitter, and pwn.com at Church4252.
And you guys can find me at twitter.com/MythicGriffon. That's GRIFFON. You also can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/MythicGriffon.
Awesome.
Very nice. Very nice. Also, don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes and Zune Marketplace. And hopefully you're listening to this in a relatively close time frame as to when we actually record it. So hopefully we're going to try to get back on a regular schedule. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, well, hopefully. And I'm actually checking right now if we actually have any more comments or anything like that right now.
Yeah, I didn't even. Basically, the comments for the last 2 episodes were about fucking time.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, if you really feel like torturing yourself and going out of your way, virtualplaygames.blogspot.com is the blog for Television Lives, and I'm actually quoted down a little bit on Friday, August 6th. So you can take a look at that. Otherwise, that's it for episode 77. I am Brian, and we're going to be taking off. So for Binh and Corey, peace.
Peace.
Later.